And White House correspondent MaryAlice Parks joins me now for more on all of this. MaryAlice, could the Senate conjure up enough votes to convict Trump? What have Republicans said about how they might vote?
Good morning. It's possible, but probably still unlikely. A handful of Republicans have definitely indicated that they're open to the idea of convicting outgoing President Trump. And remember, just less than a year ago, Senator Mitt Romney joined Democrats and did vote to convict Trump during the last impeachment trial. McConnell this week said that Trump himself was to blame for that violent attack that threatened the lives of lawmakers. And so McConnell definitely gave political cover, even legal cover, to his colleagues and basically gave them the okay and a reason to convict. But a lot is still, we haven't even started this trial, so I think we'll have a lot of twists and turns with Republicans as we go from here.
Well, and normally the Chief Justice would preside over an impeachment trial, but since Trump is no longer president, there are some questions over whether that will be the case. Who decides that, and what names are we hearing in terms of who might preside over this?
Right. It's just messy. I mean, this is only going to be the fourth impeachment trial of a president in our nation's history. And so the senators are still just trying to figure this out. You're exactly right that the Constitution only dictates that the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court will preside over the impeachment of a sitting president. So a lot of legal scholars debating whether Chief Justice Roberts would have to preside over this trial, since obviously President Trump is no longer in office. It remains to be seen if the Senate will still try to invite Roberts. He might be able to decline if he's not into doing this. Right now, I don't think he's looking to preside over this Senate trial. So again, they're still sorting it out. Other names, Kamala Harris, who is the president of the Senate in her new role as the vice president, she could end up presiding over this trial. Also, Senator Patrick Leahy of Vermont, he's one of the longest serving senators, and he was recently elected Senate pro tem, which is basically an acknowledgement that he is the senator with the most seniority. So his name has also been floated.
All right. And President Biden is set to sign more executive orders invoking the Defense Production Act to help speed up vaccine production. How will that work exactly, and why hasn't it been used already?
Yeah, there's been a talk about whether more manufacturers in America should be compelled to help make testing and vaccine supplies. We've heard of possible shortages of pipettes and pieces of plastic, all that equipment that is needed to ramp up testing and ramp up vaccines. There's a real anxiety that we could have a shortage of vaccines as demand continues to rise and more of the general population is allowed to get a vaccine. And so basically with this executive order, the president is giving himself authority to start to compel American companies to help out. President Trump actually did do some of this as well. He worked to compel some companies early on in the pandemic to build ventilators and some other medical equipment, but he took a lot of criticism for not doing more of this. And so Joe Biden is out there already on day one saying that he is willing to pressure and compel businesses to have to help generate and manufacture what exactly the country needs right now.
And Biden's press secretary, Jen Psaki, gave her first press briefing last night. Any highlights there?
A lot of people afterwards were saying it seemed really normal. I would add that it also seemed pretty cordial. It just wasn't combative with the press. Obviously, the very nature of the relationship between the press and the White House is a tense one. It's an adversarial one. The press wants answers to questions, often when the government doesn't want to give those questions. But it was nothing like we saw the last 4 years with accusations or finger pointing or, we all saw just how nasty some of those previous press conferences got. This was very collegial. And, she dodged some questions still, didn't answer all the questions, but at least it seemed pretty respectful on both ends.
All right. MaryAlice Parks, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.